Hey folks, welcome back to the Vegas Don channel. We're here on the east side of Las Vegas again on this Saturday afternoon. You can see downtown Las Vegas there in the distance. The Circa peeking up, rising above the rest of the skyline down there. Temperature outside reads about 99 degrees Fahrenheit, so pretty warm. Even with the cloud cover, without the cloud cover, we'd be much higher. Of course, when they do the temperature at the airport, it's in a box. The thermostat is in a box, in the shade, probably on top of a freezer, because they don't want to scare people off when they tell them the real temperature, which is, 110, 115, whatever, when the sun is blazing. Like it was yesterday. Yesterday it was really warm. It was up to, the thermostat on the car was up to 117. And I know that there are studies that say that, those temperatures are artificially high because they're too close to the engine, the heat of the engine and all that, but it definitely felt 117 yesterday. Just brutal. We're here on Stewart Avenue, heading westbound for the moment. And we're going to make a left up here at Lynn Lane, which we've documented before, but we want to show you the latest goings on, whatever those may be here. For anyone following along at home, we're on Stewart Avenue, here on the east side of Las Vegas. About to turn left onto Lynn Lane, L-I-N-N. And go southbound. That little Dodge Ram just peeled out. Some apartments over here on the left. And some homes that are probably built around the late 70s, maybe 80s. Early 80s in here. There are a lot of calls for service up and down this street. See a box truck there that's been tagged. A lot of calls for service in this area, and then there's occasionally, I'd say probably once a week, there's a call for service regarding gunshots. I don't know if they're firing them into the air or worse than that, but that seems to be the case. At least once a week in here on Lynn Lane, approaching Charleston Boulevard up here. Charleston is a major east-west artery here on the on the northern part of Las Vegas. See a homeless encampment over there, unhoused encampment over there. Looks like the right there, and it looks like the flea market that was there at Sloan and Charleston has been since closed down. I'm gonna go up here west. We're headed westbound right now, heading up towards Christie Lane. I'm gonna make a right here on Christie, go back northbound for anyone following along at home. And again, there are a lot of calls for service in this area. We have a lot of calls regarding gunshots, and like around 9 or 10 o'clock at night, so it's not very late, but it tends to be pretty common and pretty regular, I would say, as we await the green light here at Christie. There's also a lot in the way of theft that goes on in this neighborhood up around here. And so, yeah, the cops are very busy over here. Finally got the green light here at Christie. Gonna make this right and go northbound. See the house there on the corner, and it looks like a ice cream truck over there. As we go north on Christie Lane. Charger SRT behind me, it looks like. Unhappy with my compliance with the speed limit. This road is in rough shape, as you can tell. Very bumpy. I don't know what that said in Spanish. It went by too fast, and my Spanish is not that great. Berea, I believe. If you happen to recognize it, feel free to drop a comment in there. Another bounce house over here on a Saturday. Those seem to be quite ubiquitous over here on the east side of town, especially on the weekend. So we come up here to the Light and Stewart Avenue, which we just came off of to go down Lynn Lane. We've got the green light here at Stewart, so we're gonna make a left, go westbound on Stewart. And there was an actual homicide up here in the neighborhood we're about to turn into just earlier this week, probably 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. Here off of Sir George. I'm gonna wait for this truck to pass by here. There's a huge transmission tower here. I'm sure it's perfectly healthy to live underneath here. I'm going to try and find that area. Sir Jeffrey Street. And again, this is the east side of Las Vegas. You have Frenchman's Mountain up there, as well as the Sunrise Mountain Peak. Both of them up there on the in the distance. See, looks like a mobile home park in here. And it all looks quiet right now, but again, there was a murder here. You can probably Google it and find it. This is like all old English names for the streets. Sir Jeffrey, Sir George. This one says Sir Richard East, Sir Richard North. It looks like there might be trying to be some rain clouds forming in the distance there over the west side of town. A lot of RVs parked along the streets here on the east side of Las Vegas. See a lot of that, especially since COVID. Back here to Sir George. Make a left onto Sir George. That whole van life thing that seemed to take hold right as COVID was going. Oh, an old Trans Am. Right as COVID was taking hold, everyone decided they were going to quit their jobs and live out of a camper, an RV. But from what I've read, a lot of folks are rethinking that decision. It's not as glam as they perhaps once thought it was. Especially with inflation raging the way it is right now. And again, this is Sir George carving its way towards the west here with Nellis Boulevard, where it meets up with Nellis Boulevard. And I don't see the name, I don't see the road. It started with a C, but it wasn't Charles or anything. I'll make a U-turn and go back and show you the other side of the street here. We got these big dips here for the rainwater. Neighborhood watch. We are watching, the sign said there. Heading back eastbound here. Tow truck there in the driveway. It is nice though with these mountains behind, even though they're not green, the mountains, but they're still a nice shot. make a left here onto Sir William Way. Let's see where that leads us here. Northbound on Sir William. But it was definitely in this neighborhood. The homicide was the other night. So we come back here to Stewart Avenue. Make a right on Stewart. Head back up here to Christie. Couldn't find that road. I swear it started with a C. If you happen to look it up, out of curiosity, drop a comment and let me know the name of the road again. Elementary school over here, Rundle Elementary. As we approach Christie Lane, getting the northbound turn lane here, the left turn lane. You can see the homes up on the hill there, here on the east side of the street. On the east side of Las Vegas, that is. And this light tends not to last very long, so we'll go ahead and wait for our green, and there it is. And again, the aforementioned Rundle Elementary School here. For anyone following along at home, we're going north on Christie Lane. Got some little cul-de-sacs over here with some newer looking homes. But I don't think there's an HOA over here. And then there's a roadside vendor where those folks, the roadside vendors now, are required to pay, I think it's $1,000, or no, $1,200 for the year, so it's like $100 a month. The county's come out and said, because they've become such a widespread presence here throughout Las Vegas, the mobile street vendors, that they want to make money on them now. Of course, a lot of these people don't have a lot of money, so $1,200 for them in one shot especially is going to be a pretty big hit. Almost encourages it. Look at that old car. Lincoln. Beautiful. So we come up to the light here at Bonanza Road. We're going to go straight northbound here. Continue north on Christie Lane. Dumpsters lining the street here. We have one of the public libraries here in the Clark County Public Library System here off of East Harris, which is right up here at this stop sign. Come up. And it's actually right over there behind those trees. This is El Dorado High School here on the east side of town. A horrific crime against a teacher was perpetrated here at El Dorado a couple of years ago. I'll let you Google that. I don't want to give it any publicity. There's another street side vendor. Some more of the homes here across the street from the high school. As we come up to Washington Avenue, the stop sign here at Washington. Washington's a major east-west artery. We're traveling across Las Vegas here. I believe it ends out near Rancho Drive, which is the business route for US 95. As it curves, well, not really curves, just a straight shot towards the northwest there. Another street side vendor, just a few feet away from the last one. And four-way stops in this town are always an adventure. Continuing here northbound on Christie. Snoring Court. That's the name of that street there. Snuggles Court. Right there. I can tell some developer had fun when they built these homes. Pillow Talk Court. Right there. See some older homes here. Larger lots. Monroe Avenue here. Dumpsters on the other side of the street there. A few years ago, an Air Force jet from Nellis Air Force Base crashed into this neighborhood up here off of Christie and Owens. I believe the pilot was okay, but the plane thankfully landed harmlessly into an empty lot of some sort. So no injuries, at least no major injuries, from what I can remember. Right back in there, behind those homes there. So we head east now on Owens Avenue. You can see some homes up on the hill there. They're at the foothills of Frenchman's Mountain. Dead ahead. Now crossing Lynn Lane, which we were just on earlier. Beautiful flowers blooming here. If you happen to know what types of flowers these are, please drop a comment and let us all know. I'm not very familiar with the desert vegetation here, so please forgive me for that. We're going to make a right here onto Sloan Avenue and show you Sloan, which parallels one of the washes here. You can see it there. There's a little bit of water running around down there. And a lot of cul-de-sacs here off of Sloan. There's also a lot of calls for service in here, especially at night. You also find a lot of stolen cars being recovered up in this area, in addition to the aforementioned gunshots that take place from time to time. Some more tagging of the walls here. Yeah, the washes are used because when it rains here, of course, the ground is so hard that the water has nowhere to go, so it just floods. So in order to mitigate that, they build these washes around town that into which the water drains and then carries it out to Lake Mead. See some more homes here, just these little cul-de-sacs here. At night, you can't even, these little cul-de-sacs are almost impassable because they have so many cars that are parked in front of each home. Makes it really difficult. Come back to Washington Avenue here at Sloan. And this is a four-way stop. So we'll continue southbound here on Sloan. Wash is not all too dissimilar from what they have in LA, of course. The movies have popularized that with, you know, like Nicolas Cage getting away from the cops and racing away from the helicopter overhead in one of the washes in LA in the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. It's a yellow home. Very rough stretch of road right here. Temperature outside right now still reads 99 degrees Fahrenheit. That's right about 38 degrees Celsius. And again, a lot of recovered stolen vehicles in this area, up and down this street. So we come up back up here to Bonanza. Make our stop. And we will go. I don't know where all that water is coming from in the wash down there, but it hasn't rained, so it's got to be from irrigation or something. Folks irrigating their homes. Some older homes here, lining Sloan Lane on the east side of Las Vegas. So we continue southbound. I think that's some sort of water treatment thing there. Be my guess. No trespassing. Pumping Station Sloan, it's called. So it's a pumping station. we come back up here to Stewart Avenue. We'll make a right, head westbound again on Stewart. See what it looks like to it. It used to be a guard gate there, but I don't think that's ever been used. It doesn't look like it's ever been used. So we go back westbound here on Stewart Avenue, passing Searchlight Drive. You can see these walls, they're not very pretty to look at, lining both sides of Stewart here, between the roadway and the homes. I know they do it for noise abatement for the homeowners. And they've been tagged a lot in a lot of different sections here, so you see a lot of different colors up and down the walls here. So we come back up here to Christie Lane, cross over, continue westbound here on Stewart. Just a general reminder, please do like, follow, and subscribe to us on YouTube and on TikTok. It helps recommend us to other viewers on YouTube and TikTok. And please consider joining us as a member. We have some exciting perks out there for all members, so take a look at those. I'm going to go ahead and get over here. This Amber Ridge Apartments also has a bunch of calls for service in there as well. Come back up here to Nellis Boulevard. We're going to make a left into this shopping center here. There's a Chuck E. Cheese there. There's a Smith's grocery store over there on the north side. We're going to go south into this shopping center. Chuck E. Cheese, Patrons, and a Goodwill store. I've seen a lot more Goodwill stores all over town than, well, probably before COVID. I think COVID's probably had a lot to do with that as well. And there was a fire over here a few years ago. It took them forever to rebuild this, but it looks like they finally got it rebuilt. There's a Metro store there and a P3 Health Partners group. And then there's a Denny's up here. We want to thank you all very, very much for joining, folks, and we really appreciate it. Please take a look at our library for all of our videos from around Las Vegas. We'll see you again next time.